That guy doesn't look good. Do this. Are you on Studio C, Melon?
Sure. You have headphones? You have headphones?
You guys have your headphones. You can show the volume there. I'll turn you guys on as soon as we, no pun intended. Hit okay, brother?
Yep. All right, you're out. You're live.
Playboy Radio's Holli and Michael. This is Modern Love, powered by Dash Radio. What's up, Facebook Live? We love being with you. It's a Monday afternoon. I'm throwing my headphones on right now.
Good for you.
Probably should.
Don't you think?
If you want to hear it.
If I want to hear you guys, don't I? See, I can hear you anyway, but no. Hey, it's been a great weekend. Pocket, you and I had a lot of fun. Yesterday, we'll talk about it a little bit. We were live in Australia. So it was Monday morning. It's really weird. I'll introduce you guys in a second, but it was really weird being 2:40 in the afternoon in Los Angeles on a Sunday, knowing that it's Monday morning.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to ask them what the stock market was doing because they're in the future, but then you realize it's not the same future.
No.
I mean, it's the future, but it's not the... Anyway, what a great time. It's great to be with you guys. Pockets, you want to say hi because you always show them the side of your face. There you go. There you go. I'm going to let our guests introduce themselves in a few minutes. We had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman about 2 weeks ago when we did the morning show for the United Kingdom. We'll talk a little bit about that. It was based on an article that was released worldwide in so many different languages. We were getting the article sent to us about swinging, being parents, being in open relationships and those kind of things. And after we did the morning show, you shared with us that you're in an alternative lifestyle. We'll talk about that when we bring you guys on, because I want you explain stuff like that, you know. I don't know. Learning so much great stuff here. Remember, you're watching on Playboy Radio's fan page or Michael Pocket's Great. Don't forget, you can download the Dash Radio app for free on iOS and Android devices. It's also part of MirrorLink in your car, CarPlay, Apple TV, Google Play, and in a lot of cars starting in 2017, it's preloaded.
I don't know what CarPlay is. I know we have it on our phone.
Yeah, it's something
weird.
you put in your car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's something you put in your
So it mimics what your phone is doing, maybe.
No. It allows you to play apps in your car. I don't know if your phone...
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you...
I don't know all this tech stuff.
I'm not a tech guy.
I'm a tech person. I don't know this.
No, you don't.
What are you going to do?
All right, join Holli and Michael live now. Let me add that real quick,
Okay.
and then I can post it. All right, there we go. Now I can pay attention to everybody. Sorry.
Thank
God, you know, there's all these technical things we do here, and I love it. I love that we work in such an incredible environment. We'll talk about Dash in a little bit and how much fun it is. That's stuff I wanted to go over. Where is it? All right, real quick housekeeping. We talked about the morning show. We'll talk a little bit. Don't forget, the end of this month, come join us. We'll be broadcasting live on location from Jamaica. One of your favorite countries, baby. Go to Go to youngswingersweek.com to check that out. If it's sold out for March, we will be with them in July and October. Incredible event. All the information is there. Demographic. I mean, just anything you can imagine you want to know about Young Swingers Week in Jamaica, go to youngswingersweek.com. We will be there. Then, the end of April, we will be with satinsheetdreams.com, broadcasting live from the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival. One thing we had a great interview there last year. Do you remember the polyamory polycule? Remember?
Yes,
First time we learned the word polycule.
That was there.
Instead of molecule, polycule.
I've heard that one.
That was
that one.
okay.
Yeah.
That was a great time and great experience. The first time you used
Electric plate.
sexually electric
It's like a
play.
rod. Just sounds funny, but it's a rod.
It's a rod.
And it brings electric.
Go to satinsheetdreams.com. Join us in Rochester. It'll be a blast. Then we leave on that Sunday right for Jamaica, going with wildwomenvacations.com and the Playful Pussycats, both with Young Swingers Week and Wild Women Vacations. We'll be broadcasting live. We will be doing our seminars, icebreakers, and a lot of hosting. Then we will be, that Saturday night, the 29th, right after we leave Jamaica, we'll be in Toronto with the X Club, broadcasting, and they'll be doing a television show from there. Some interviews there, so that'll be fun. Don't forget Naughty in New Orleans coming up this summer. Go to naughtyinneworleans.com. We, again, will be broadcasting, hosting, and emceeing the annual Lifestyle Awards.
Yes.
Third year in a row.
Yeah.
And Desire Venice Cruise. Wow, can't wait for that.
Italy, baby.
Leaving for Venice, going to Bologna, 2 stops in Croatia, then 1 in Slovenia. It'll be incredible. Go to desire-experience.com. Broadcasting, speaking, unbelievable theme nights. We can't wait for you to join us. So get on it now.
Yes.
You gotta look up all those things.
Yeah, you guys gotta look up all those things. All right, before I introduce this handsome gentleman, this beautiful lady, I want to talk about the morning show real quick in Australia.
Okay. And your haughty girlfriend now?
Yeah, my new hottie girlfriend. What impressed you the most because being a swinger is salacious enough.
Yes.
Being parents who are out as swingers causes a lot of confusion and questions for people.
Mm-hmm.
Then being willing to talk about it like the way we do, and we pixelate out our children's faces. There's no need for our children to be seen, but we have no problem showing pictures of us with our kids. You saw that if you watched this. You probably didn't watch it. You probably like just drinking your coffee and be like, these guys are jerks. No, I'm kidding.
I watched it.
Did you watch
Yeah.
the one in London? Okay, cool. What did you think of the interview yesterday? I'm not comparing. I'm saying let's just talk about Australia.
I thought it was fun because they were laughing, they were joking, they were bantering with each other. The questions were amazing, and they didn't sound judgmental at all.
Love back to Nick and everyone in Edmonton.
It was a blast. I had a good time.
All the mornings.
Because I felt comfortable. Like I could just laugh.
A lot. That's a lot coming from you.
Yeah.
That's a lot for pockets. We call our pockets. For pockets to feel comfortable, that says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I want to second what you said. All the morning shows have been incredible that we've done around the world, globally. And what I liked yesterday, building on what you said, is they were honest questions.
Yeah.
Not salacious questions.
Right.
They weren't, how dare you? How could you? Why would you? Why did you? They were, okay, this. And how do you deal with that? And what about rules and boundaries? Mm-hmm. And what if this happens? How do you handle that? Talk to us about jealousy. Those kind of things.
Right.
Which were questions in
themselves?
I think so. But questions that I feel the average couple or individual, man or woman, being single, thinking about being in an open relationship, already sex positive, right?
Right.
Sex positive.
Of
No, it's not a test you go get. It's a mind trick. So somebody who's sex positive, already thinking that way, those were the questions I felt they asked. And I feel
Right.
the 7.5 minutes we were on, incredible. But you must watch the final 25 to 30 seconds because it takes that first 7.5 minutes and makes it even more valuable
Oh, totally.
based on what the two hosts did after we were off air. And the banter they had and the way she spoke about us and the topic was just, it was not a weight lifted off my shoulder pockets. It was just like, wow.
Affirming.
Now, for all the haters, the article that caused all these interviews around the world, they had to shut down the comment section on the Daily Mirror, I think it was, after about an hour or 2 hours because the comments were just going crazy. Many in favor, but of the thousands, a huge majority negative, calling us every name in the book.
Of course.
But what she said afterwards really made me feel proud about what we've done for the last 6 years here on radio, what we did for 4 seasons on TV with Swing and 2 seasons with Swing Nightcap. It's not our fault they don't know how to program TV over there anymore. But those things happen. Those things happen. The magazine is amazing.
Yeah.
They brought nudity back.
Yes.
Nudity back.
Is
Okay, new issue.
it newest issue?
The newest issue. Oh.
Sweet. I can see Nip again.
Cooper's fiance's in there talking about why she's proud of it, not just being the chief marketing or chief creative officer's fiance, but about what it means to her as a woman.
She's
And
in there as posing as a
I
model.
believe she's posing too.
Wow.
Scarlett Byrne is an actress.
Wow.
Also Cooper's fiance. Cooper's a great man. Always fun. Very forward thinking.
Yeah,
those
she's
kind of
very
things.
pretty, too.
Scarlett's beautiful, and others too talking about. Also, there's an interview in there with Scarlett Johansson. Why she doesn't think marriages can be successful if they're not open.
Yeah, we're still trying to convert her to our little.
Convert. She's already.
No, our little like.
Well, you mean coming into
our
ours?
bedroom.
I think, and we'll talk about polyamory in a few minutes. I think that could open the door for us if it's Scarlett Johansson.
I don't know if I would
You're
allow
so
her
full.
in though.
You're
That's
so full.
intimidating.
Why
That's
not?
like
How could you not?
That's
How
like-
could you not?
that's like top notch meat
Hold on,
eater.
hold on.
feel
How
like
can you
that
not?
and
People
down.
feel, people feel that way about you sometimes because of what you do. So you feel that way about her, which is okay.
She's in frickin' Marvel movies.
Oh yeah, she is Black Widow.
She's like top notch. She's above grade A.
That's the reason you can't not do it.
Right.
Right.
All right. Before we go any further, because this fine gentleman and beautiful young lady are going to share the show with us today, we want to get to know you guys a lot. Please introduce yourselves the way you want to be introduced and share with us the type of relationship the two of you are in.
My name is Brian.
I'm
and
Aviva.
That's Aviva.
Aviva or Haviva?
Aviva.
I have a cousin.
Aviva.
Haviva. Okay, Aviva.
Hey.
Beautiful.
It's a palindrome.
Palindrome.
What's a
it is.
palindrome?
Same spelled backwards and forwards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew that.
And the lifestyle, whereas we're proud to use the word swinger, not everyone understands what it means.
Mm-hmm.
One person even commented yesterday, wow, they didn't even dress like swingers like we thought they would. I don't know.
Like you
What
dress
do
in
swingers
leisure suits?
dress like?
I
Yeah.
don't
Dress
know.
like the
Assless
70s?
chaps every day.
I don't know. Yeah, assless chaps.
That's what I wear at home, but not on
Right.
TV.
All right, so how do you two, Aviva, how do you identify your relationship when you share it with others?
We usually use the word polyamorous,
Okay.
but it's meant a lot of different things to us. For a time, that was a lot more swinging. Now we see people individually more often, but
Okay.
are still open to playing with people together. It just
Okay.
really depends. One of the things that I think we both really like about polyamory is that it's open to constant change.
Great point. And real quick, let me say, Hito is tuning in right now from Jamaica, and they're loving this because everyone's welcome to Hito. Same thing with
Yeah,
Desire.
of course.
Tom and Bunny, we're so happy to have you guys joining us and everyone down there. When you say your relationship is open to change, as a polyamorous couple, sir, how do you then define that if somebody comes along that maybe you're not clicking with or she's not clicking with?
Oh, that's definitely happened.
Yep.
On a couple of occasions at least. In fact, when we first started dating, I was seeing another girl in a monogamous relationship. Aviva
Okay.
was my first polyamorous relationship. We were each other's first polyamorous relationship.
Is it fair to say you guys are the duality? The two of you are the main couple.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
and in the majority of polyamorous relationships, you have your main dyad.
Yes.
Let's use the word dyad, two people dyad. And from there, a couple wants to use the word polycule, like a molecule, a polycule. But you are the main dyad. Okay, so you were sharing one point, somebody came along and one of you weren't into it.
Well, when we started dating, I was seeing somebody else kind of
Okay.
just
Well,
casually.
you had officially ended it with her, and
Yes.
then you and I started, and then she was like, "Hey, let's sleep together again." And you were like, "Hey, fun, cool," not realizing that she was like, "Actually, secretly, I love you so much."
Wait, Sheila,
And it-
She loves you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My ex at the time was
Okay.
wanting to get back with me, and I'm like, hey, I can.
You're
sleep
cool,
with that.
dude.
I'm cool, but I'm in this other relationship now, so you got to be cool with that. And at first that was great, and then didn't end that way.
I got a question. On something like this, a lot of people are asking on Facebook Live and would want to know this too. I mentioned the Resort Desire, for example. And they have 1 month out of the year where couples, it's always couples only. Whereas in Jamaica, it can be single men, single women, and couples. Changes the dynamic a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But here at couples only, 1 month a year, they do allow the couple to bring a single woman with, or a woman with. Is that something you both agree on together? Or if he were to say, this is who I want, you're cool with it because she's already part of your life? Or if you were to say, this is who I want, he would it'd have to be a woman there. They only allow the single woman.
Right.
How would that work? Because you're talking about your ex-girlfriend, which is an interesting road not to go down.
I say
I mean,
never go down that road.
That particular case would be a hard no, but I think more relevant would be,
Yeah.
I'm currently dating somebody.
We would definitely discuss it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, it would
right
be a
now
discussion.
He's dating someone pretty seriously, and then there's like 2 other girls he's kind of seeing. And the girls he's kind of seeing, I get along with super well. I love them. If they wanted to come along, I'd be like all about it. But the girl he's seeing mainly is really uncomfortable around me. She wants to be comfortable with polyamory, but really she's monogamous. And so that makes me uncomfortable. And she's a nice
Right.
girl. It's nothing against her.
but she
but I
doesn't
don't-
get it.
Right. It's just it's not her deal. And
Okay.
so it's hard for me to not take that personally.
Right.
Even though it has nothing to do with me, when it's like, well, I just wish he was single. It's like, that means you wish I didn't. I
So
guess.
we
True.
have people checking in. The loves are checking in from spring training in Arizona. So let me put this in another perspective. It's like a rookie trying to get on the big league, right? They're making. They don't want to go back down to the minors. They don't want to be sent down to the minors. They want to play for the Cubs, not one of their affiliates.
Right.
Whereas this girl would like to be in the majors, which means being maybe your main dyad,
Yeah.
which Aviva is. Is that a dynamic that changes, or is that a dynamic that you two have committed to together that your dyad will always be, and these people may come and go? How does that work?
Well, we're married.
Just
And-
only
Okay.
a few months. We're 6 months
Congratulations.
married now. Yeah,
Congratulations.
We dated for 3.5 years and then just 6 months married. So we make it clear to other partners that this isn't my relationship with Aviva isn't something that's going going anywhere.
Yes,
Right.
this is the
That's
primary
permanent, it's
partnership.
primary.
That's your primary.
Yeah, but that said,
I like that.
that doesn't mean that our feelings are always above other people's. There's always like room for interpretation and for compromise. and all of that stuff.
What's negotiation like, Aviva? Then, when that does happen, let's use this woman as an example. What is the negotiation like between the two of you? Because here we're talking, just so if you're tuning in, a beautiful polyamorous couple. They are married 6 months now, but you have a serious girlfriend and 2 other women you're dating also, and the serious girlfriend wants to be kind of like monogamous in your main squeeze.
But she's also not gunning for that.
She's not gunning.
She's not actively.
Yeah. She's not disrespecting your relationship.
Yeah,
no, it's
no.
not that. It's just that she's gets really sad about it, and she feels weird when I'm around, and I can tell. It's just kind of awkward.
Right.
But
It's not caused major. It's not like major drama.
There's been no drama.
It's just this is new to her. She's only lived in LA. In fact, I met her the day she got to LA.
Yeah.
Break you in early.
Just a few months ago.
Yeah.
And
Somebody's asking then, both of you take a minute and answer this question. Are you more polysexual or polyamorous, with amorous meaning love?
I would say we've started more polysexual and we've become more truly polyamorous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because and one of the things that we really respected when we met you first was, unfortunately, there are some polyamory couples, or polycules, that say, oh, swingers are disgusting, you're dirty, it's just about sex. I know. And then we say, well, hey, you have sex with these people. Yeah, but we're in love. Okay, well, we're in lust. And we're using condoms, we're protecting ourselves, we're doing it consensually. I don't think there should ever be a rift between the alternative sexual lifestyles simply because we're all in this together. And sadly, society kind of against all of us at times.
Yeah.
A bit. Yeah.
So now come back to this. Howard asked that. You started out polysexual, you moved more into polyamory. How did that transition occur, and what's it like?
Well, when we first started dating. It was, we were figuring it out because this was our first, poly relationship of any type, and so it was.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. So did you go to her and say, look, my ex wants to be involved in this still? Like us.
I guess what Holly's asking is, how did the polysexual begin if you had never been?
I said before anything happened with us, I was like, yeah, I think I'm polyamorous. Like any relationship I enter into, I want it to be open. And he was like, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
He was like really chill about it, whereas other people I had tried to date
Right.
after I realized that about myself were like, oh no, God, I can't. And so we started like that, and then
I do love that you decided that's what you wanted and you were going to wait for somebody that did fulfill that.
Yeah, because I felt like I had some really wonderful monogamous relationships that could have had more longevity.
And you're not anti-monogamy, you're just pro what you want.
Yeah,
And that's fair.
I think monogamy works great for some people,
Absolutely.
and I just don't think that it's what I was looking for.
Right.
And so he and I slept together.
Yay! I like sex.
On the stage of the theater we were working at.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that even more.
With everyone watching?
No.
No, but that would have been cool.
I would have liked that even
In
more.
my mind, everyone was watching.
Sure, that's fine. Imagine it however you like. And then we were texting like 2 days later and he was like, yeah, it was a great weekend. And I was like, oh yeah, how many girls you sleep with? And like something joking, and he was like, 2.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
And I was like, was it?
So
even
you
better
cast
'cause
the
it was
reel out.
wrong?
You casted the reel out.
Yeah.
And he bit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, cool, great. And he was like, yeah, I slept with an ex. And I was like, was it even better because you shouldn't have? Or because you felt like you should have? He was like,
Always
kind
better.
of yes.
Yes.
And so
Agreed.
then,
Oh my gosh.
I think from the very beginning, we were very open with communication. And so it just started along that road.
All right, so let's
Don't
go.
you wish most relationships was like that? Instead of going, it's been 20 years, and by the way, I like this.
Right.
Right. How many men or women have recognized that they're bisexual? I'm a straight man.
Yeah.
If I, when I knew I'm into open relationships, I didn't make that a requirement with Pockets when we got together, but I let her know that's who I am.
Yeah.
Do I need to have sex with others? No. Do I enjoy it? Absolutely.
Right.
But only because we're doing it consensually.
Mm-hmm.
And I've often said, I can give up the sexual side to being a swinger, but I'll never give up the mental side, which is being open-minded, being sex positive, having friends like you guys, and worldwide, the friends, we call it family because blood may make you related, but loyalty makes you family.
Yeah.
And that's how we live. Now, we've mentioned, so you have a serious girlfriend and 2 casual. What about you with men or women?
Well, I just started seeing somebody new.
Man or woman?
Man.
Okay.
But I like him.
Okay.
So we'll see where that goes. I don't know. It's fairly new, so it's hard to say. And then I have an ex that I just recently rekindled with.
Okay.
And we talk a lot. We had this amazing, sexy weekend together when I was on the East Coast recently, but he
Okay.
lives far away.
Okay.
So it doesn't have the ability to become much more than what it is.
Right, it's too
So,
far.
yeah, so I don't have anything really serious going on right now, but I've got that stuff going on.
Okay, explain how do you guys have a set aside time for each other? Because obviously you're married, you live together. Do you guys say, okay, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and this, whatever? You know what I mean?
Well, I know a lot of poly people do that,
Okay.
but because like I'm a freelancer, we can't set it quite like
By
that.
the way, she means freelancer and work, not sexually.
Not sexually.
Yeah, we're not talking
Freelance
sexually.
sex.
I mean, kind of. I guess it is kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Freelancer, 'cause-
Hold on, let me grab that calendar.
Yeah, it really is like that though.
I
I
believe it.
think
Yeah.
time is one of the biggest issues in polyamory for
Schedule
us.
management.
Is
Schedule.
scheduling it, making
Yeah.
sure that we have enough time together, that we also get time with our other partners, that they're happy,
Right.
that we're still putting each other first. So
Do you date other people that are in relationships? Is that okay?
As long as their partner's aware of it.
as
Yeah.
long as their partner is aware of it, we've made one exception to that, which wasn't the right thing to do.
That's drama.
But it was
That's
the
drama.
fun thing to do, and
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
We have rules, but rules are
Rules?
usually made to be broken.
Not just
Yeah.
broken, but isn't it fair to say that not just necessarily broken, but reevaluated?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
we're constantly
Together.
Yes.
reevaluating. Yeah, there's been a lot of reevaluation with his current girlfriend because it's the most serious relationship he's had
Right.
since we started seeing each other. And so there's been a lot of like, hey, we always said we wouldn't do this, but I'd like to do this with her. Are you cool with that? And
Okay, and you're
me
talking
saying-
about it together.
Yeah, and me saying, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool as long as this, or whatever it is.
Let's go then to your serious one, the two casual ones, and your ex.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, for you and I, we have our rules and boundaries as swingers, and we're very situational. You're often more.
I think I.
One of the things that we've talked
Like
about,
women.
yeah, she's very annoying. One of the things we've talked about though is, and not for any other reason other than drama for us, we don't hook up with any of my exes.
Yeah.
No. Plus
It's-
they're all crazy and probably in prison by now.
Possibly, and there's a
The
common.
nut house.
Hold on, there's a common denominator. Of all the women I dated were crazy. There's one common denominator: me. So either I
Always have to worry
sought,
about that.
either I sought him out or I caused it. One of the two. You're still saying
I just take medication. That's why I haven't gone there yet.
kind of true. Yeah, kind of true. All right, let me ask this. Howard's asking, and a few other people are asking on other social media platforms. Brian, are you in love or love your serious woman and maybe casually like or love the casual woman, or there's not a lot of emotion? What kind of emotions are involved? And Viva, I'd like you to talk the same thing about your new man.
I do to my more serious. Obviously, I love my wife.
You're in, okay, so
I'm
you're
in love
with your wife.
Viva.
Absolutely.
I do say I love my girlfriend.
Okay.
We say I love you to each other, but
Okay.
we've made it clear that it's a different level. Like before we even said it, we talked about like the different
Sure.
different types of love. I can say I love you. That doesn't mean that you are the most important thing in my life.
Right.
That means that you are an important thing in my life, and I care about you deeply.
Great distinguish. Not the most important. You are an important thing.
Yes.
An important.
Yes.
I love that. Okay.
Yes. So I would say I love her. I am not. I'm not in love with her to the level I am with my wife. But I do
Gotcha.
say I love you to each other, with the knowledge that it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing with me and her that it does
Right.
with me and Aviva.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. Viva, what about with you?
Well, like I said, I just started seeing this new guy, so even if we were monogamous, I wouldn't say that I loved him or was in love with him. That would
Right.
be crazy.
Right.
Yeah. But my ex, we do say that we love each other sometimes, and we've talked about, when I saw him recently, he was like, in a different world, that could have been my ring on your finger. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he said, I don't say that lightly. And I said, yeah, I know. Because there is that love, and that'll probably always be there.
Mm-hmm.
But we both know that loving each other doesn't mean that we should be together.
Right.
Because our lives are not compatible in that way.
And you're on different paths. All right, before we move on,
Yeah, we're
do
happy
me
where
one
we're at.
favor, because people are asking. Brian, can you scoot down this way towards pockets a little bit? Viva, people, everyone wants to see your
Everyone
new
can
face.
see you.
Yes, and
Hello.
you're both making so many
Get
great.
some of it.
Yeah.
I might
Now,
need
unfortunately, I
some
can't see
background.
you, but no, that's okay. I can.
No, here we go.
There we go. You got the microphone real close.
Yep, and now
Pretend
I
it's-
can snuggle you.
There you go. You can snuggle with your man, and the cameras are there, so once in a while, say hi to them.
There you go.
That's okay. What about your families? What do they know about your relationship and your marriage?
My family doesn't know anything, and it's not that I kind of held back on telling them
That's
anything
okay.
about it
All right.
because I have a as old as I am, I have a younger sister who just turned 18.
Okay.
And I didn't want to talk about this with her before she was...
I call it
Well,
all
she's in
age
high school.
appropriate. If you remember when we did the morning show in the UK and you ran the studio here when we did it, it's all about age appropriate. A child at 4 asks, where do I come from? They literally want to know your tummy, mommy.
Yeah.
They're not saying, how did I get in your tummy? So everything, and even at 18, there are some things that might be confusing to your sister. So
Yeah.
I respect the fact, because some people feel, I gotta flaunt it, I gotta tell the world. But, okay, that's okay. That's okay too, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about something that society should understand but doesn't yet. Swinging, polyamory, even with BDSM. There's a difference between a true dom and a sadist.
Oh, yeah.
Doms can be sadists, subs can be masochists, but they don't always go hand in hand. The LGBTQ fought long and hard for it to be understood and accepted in society. That's the fight we all struggle with today, is not to say, oh yeah, dude, that's great for everybody. No, it's, wow, man, that's good for you. Yes, that's all I care about. It's good for us. It works for us.
Yeah. Yeah, so my family doesn't know. My work doesn't. 2 people at the work know.
Gotcha.
But it's, you don't talk about...
No reason to.
You don't talk about it at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like a vanilla couple. They don't talk about how often they have sex.
Yeah.
So what the hell are we? We don't have to talk about how often we have sex.
Exactly. Yeah, no, the close friends I have there know, and all of our actual friends know. It's really just my family because, mainly because of my sister, and work because it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Viva, not Aviva, sorry, because Viva, would you, and bear with me on this one, what do you see the difference between LOVE love and LUV love?
One of them is spelled wrong.
I'm asking because people are asking that too, and often I will write to friends, LUV, because that LOVE I hold with pockets.
Right.
And my brother Sean, I LOVE love Sean, but I guess I do see the difference because the word love, you and I have often talked about this. The word love gets thrown around a lot. I'm not saying with you guys. I'm saying in society.
It does.
And how do you distinguish sometimes? But do you hear feedback?
No, I don't.
No?
I'm hearing something. All right. How do you distinguish sometimes between who you love and who you love? But you're saying with Viva, you are in love, and with your more serious girlfriend, she's a love of yours, but an LOVE love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fair, the same with yours, Viva?
Yeah,
Gentlemen?
I would say so.
Okay.
I feel like LUV is a friend love. Like, I love ya.
Yeah. The women we have sex with, more
I
LIKE them.
I was going to say LUV to them.
I like KE
like
them.
you, but yeah.
I like you. I like you not to have
I
sex.
LUV this burger, or I LUV
There you
that
go.
club. Or
If you've seen him with a burger, he definitely
Right.
is in love with most burgers.
Yeah, I might get it. Not into it that way, but
I
with burger.
rarely throw that word around.
I know, I'm still
Even
waiting for her
with
to say it.
friends, I know. Still
One day.
iffy.
One day with me, she'll say it.
8 years, I don't know.
But that's where a lot of people don't understand, And again, I don't enjoy when there's a conflict. Not all nudists are swingers. Not all swingers want to be naked. It's one of those things, right? Some people who are in open relationships, let's look at the lifestyle of swinging, because let's bring down that funnel. Some swingers border polyamory at times.
Yeah.
And I believe some polyamorous relationships border swinging at times.
Yeah.
Because with your casual girlfriends, and again, screw the labels, but we're just going to use them right now.
Yeah.
Because, so it makes sense to, millions of people that might watch. That with those casual girlfriends, it's more of a swinger type that could turn emotional, but currently is physical.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard enough to manage a wife and a
Oh, God, yeah.
girlfriend. So
Oh, God, yeah.
anybody beyond that is like, I haven't seen in a month. Hey, let's get together.
Although they are people that you care about as people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, they're good
for sure.
people.
Right.
And he likes them as friends as well. They're not, at least at the moment, the people he's sleeping with are like lovely friends.
Right.
Yes.
Gotcha. And you like them too.
I do, I really like them.
Okay, let's go back to what we talked. I'm sorry. You
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
No, do you guys ever, if you do, how do you deal with jealousy?
It depends. Like, if I'm jealous about something, I'll first think, like, is this something that Brian did, or is this just a feeling that I'm having?
Okay.
Because I think it's important to differentiate those things. And sometimes I go like, ooh, that really bothered me, but I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
What's that about? Let me work through this. And other times I go, hey, when you did this, I think it was really not cool. Can we talk about it? Can we figure out how to make it not happen in the future?
And how wonderful would that be if monogamous couples just did that?
Right.
Number one cause of divorce, infidelity. The number one cause of infidelity, do you know what it is? lack of communication.
Yeah.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. Honesty and communication
That's it.
is
Yeah.
the most important.
Yeah.
So you acknowledge, and we got asked that on the UK, we got asked that in Australia, we got asked that in other countries too. And I personally feel, Pockets, I don't know what you think. If someone said they've never been jealous in a swinger, an open, a polyamory relationship,
Nice.
I'm calling your bluff.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying that you got insanely jealous, but I'm saying, come on.
You
Yeah.
got a pang.
Yeah.
Even
Or
for a
you're
split
sociopath.
second. Yeah, or you're sociopath.
Yeah.
Right.
For a split second, and, you know, a woman can be pleasuring her. For a split second, it's whoa, and then it's wow.
Oh yeah.
But I'm dealing with it internally, and like you said, if there's an issue, you talk.
Yeah.
We talk. We don't cause drama in front of somebody, but we talk after.
Right.
And we don't do, like you said, we don't do things we haven't already talked about. Or
Right.
people,
Right.
per se.
Well, yeah. Right.
So go back to, has there been a conflict, or what would arise if Viva meets a man, Brian? We're being joined. Aviva. Sorry.
Viva.
It's okay.
Good point.
Call me the Vives if
The
you want to.
Vieves.
That's what
Yeah.
Brian
Not the Vag, but the Vieves. All right.
You can call me the Vag, whatever.
I like that. We're being joined by Brian and Aviva, a beautiful couple that identifies as a polyamorous couple. This is Playboy Radio's Holli and Michael, Modern Love, powered by Dash Radio. Don't forget to go download the app, iOS and Android devices. All of it's free. Apple TV, Google Play, it's in your car. Dash Radio, listening is free, all that great stuff. Thank you, Dash Radio. All right. So what if somebody comes along that one of you is not sure about, but the other one really wants to have sex with them, and then maybe more, maybe not? What happens?
We talk about it. Most of the time, like, I mean, I think I've expressed that I've had some misgivings about his current girlfriend, and basically I've just been like, okay, but you have to deal with that and I don't.
Right.
So we're going to be a little less what we call kitchen table polyamory, which is like everyone sits around the kitchen table like a family.
Okay, because I think that is a perception people have, that you're all sitting around a kitchen table or dinner table every freaking night.
And a lot of polyamorous polycules or triads or whatever
Right.
are like that. And with this particular one, that's not the case. And
Okay.
that's okay.
Absolutely.
And so, and then other times, like there's a guy at our theater company that I'm attracted to, and Brian is like, never, ever, absolutely not. And I
Is it
respect
just a
that because it's not
vibe, or-
worth it to me.
Right.
Well,
Good
I-
point. It's not worth it to you. Go
Yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
yeah. Like, and if it was worth it to me, if it was like I really like this person, then we would talk about it and we would figure out what our boundaries are.
Okay.
Um,
Rules and boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
But a lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's like, well, I want to have sex with this person, but if it really hurts you, this is more important. And other times it's exactly what we were just talking about with his girlfriend. Like, I have some misgivings, but I also, my misgivings aren't
Right.
big enough to ask him not to
Right.
do something that's important to him.
Brian, how good of a wing girl is Aviva?
Oh my god. Better than any wingman I've ever had.
So Aviva's a great wing girl.
Yes.
I love it. Aviva, how great of a wing man is Brian?
Terrible!
She
Terrible!
doesn't need one at all.
That's your
When
eye
she
thing.
turns it on, it's you gotta hold them back.
Right.
For me, it's like, okay, I can manage this, and she helps me out because I could always use that.
That's true. I got him late on my birthday.
Yay!
My
I'm
birthday.
sorry, on his birthday.
My
and on my
birthday.
birthday.
On your birthday.
Yeah, at that
Hey,
club.
you got a birthday coming up. You think about
Oh, a
this.
couple years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. She has gotten me late on both my birthday and on her birthday now.
Pockets, you need to step your game up a little bit, baby.
I just need her in my life to get me laid.
There. Oh, wait a minute. I offer other people. I offer up other people. You know.
Yeah.
You got
Because
eyes
you
there.
look cool and intimidating, whereas I have resting best friend face, where everyone's like, I do trust you. I should sleep with your husband. Okay, that's probably my best interest.
I love that. I can sell you on it. I'm
Right,
sure
yeah.
with you. Brian, you were first in a non-open relationship with your ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay. What is the difference in your mind, not just the sex, but between being in that, and I know you've been in monogamous relationships also, but you just came out of one. What's the difference between being in that monogamous, non-open relationship and being polyamorous now, in your opinion? Like, what would you take and move over to that monogamous relationship, even if you couldn't have sex? Only with your partner.
It's just I would say the honesty and the
Yeah.
it's just like, it's liberating to not have to have feelings that you aren't sure if you should even talk about,
Right.
Right.
I think if you eliminated the ability to have sex with other people completely, I think one of the things I enjoy the most is just looking at other people, like just talking about, hey,
Right.
that girl,
It doesn't mean you're
Right.
checking out other people together, even if nothing's gonna happen from it.
I agree.
That alone is just so liberating.
I agree. My ex used to say, "What do you think of her?" I'd say, "Oh, yeah, she's cute. You want her?" Wait, you just asked if I thought she was cute or not. What's your question? Because I'm going to get trapped again, so I might as well just deal with her now. I don't know.
Yeah, because we always, you can't control that. It's human nature to see an attractive person and think that person is attractive.
I think
once you're with someone, it doesn't mean that everyone else is ugly. It doesn't,
Doesn't mean you're blind.
No.
Blinded by the... No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't care how monogamous you are. I don't believe you if you say you just are blinded to everybody else.
All right, we use websites as swingers, because again, it's about... I'm not saying all swingers. For Pockets and I... Because there's no one right way to swing. And I'm going to presume there's no one right way to be polyamorous. The right way is your way.
Consensual.
Oh, yeah.
That's the right way.
Consent. Well,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I say this often. You've probably heard this. Cheating is based on lying and deceit. Swinging and polyamory is built on trust and honesty.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So knowing there's no one right way to do either, right? Pockets and I enjoy using Tinder, Bumble, Adult Friend Finder, and other sites to meet women, and sometimes couples, depends on Pockets' mood, because as a man, I've learned to be smart, and, hey, baby, what are you in the mood for? She'll ask me, and I'll be honest, but I do enjoy asking her. As a dom man, I recognize all the powers with my subs. Because they say stop, we stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So give your subs more power, legitimately, and everyone has more fun. But that's me as a dominant man, and as swingers. What
Just
about...
give me the credit card. I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly. She's right. Baby, you can do anything. Just give me the free card. What do you... I mean, like us, do you go on some of these sites to meet people, or is yours more organic?
Well, when we first started dating, she was on FetLife.
I'm still on FetLife.
I believe FetLife is Friend Finder. It's a
No.
Friend Finder network, isn't it?
No, FetLife is like for people who have fetishes.
Right. I believe though it's owned by... I might be
Is it
wrong.
owned by
It
them?
might be owned by the Friend
Maybe.
Finder networks, yeah.
Maybe, that's possible.
The
I'm
great
still
company.
on there.
Great
Yeah.
company.
I'm still, but it's hard because as a sub, it's like you're like, hey, looking for someone, and then you get like 1,000 messages that are like,
Right.
I want to poop in your hand, and you're like, oh no.
Ah.
So it can be a little daunting.
You're no kidding.
So I haven't explored that as much, and it has been more organic for us. We're in theater,
Yeah.
so you do a new show, you're with the same people for 6 weeks, and then you move on and you meet new people.
Heaven to me.
Right?
So it's really easy. It's really easy to meet people, and so many people that we work with are also poly or swingers or whatever. That we can meet people through them as well.
Yeah, we've even talked about like maybe because she goes on tours and she'll be gone for a
Yeah,
month, 2 months
yeah.
at a time, and we've talked about hey maybe we should go do a dating site while we're apart,
Yeah,
and
we
then
never
it
do.
doesn't happen.
What about
Our
hall
network is
passes?
so big already.
Okay, so you make that a great point. What about hall passes? In the swinger world, the lifestyle, one of the words that we use is hall pass, meaning you give your partner permission to play without you there. So it could be while you're local or while you're away on business. Some couples, I go on business, Pockets may be the one that contacts a woman, hey, Michael's coming to town, we'd love to get together with you, she's cool with it, I'm cool with it, great. Pockets will set it up. Husbands do it for wives. Is that something you guys have done, would do, could do?
Yeah, I've never called it that, but yeah.
We
I'm
play
gonna
with
keep that,
people separately whether or not we're in town anyway because
Would you meet somebody and play with them and then tell him, or is it first you talk?
we generally first talk.
Right.
If it was like I met someone at a bar or he met someone at a bar and we just hooked up and it was a one-time thing, I probably wouldn't care if he was like...
So part of your rules is that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as
But
long
if
as
he's
we-
going to hook up with somebody who we know, then I want to know
Right.
first. Because there's an established relationship there and it's not just like a one-night stand. There's feelings there. It's just a little bit more sensitive for me.
So a one-night, and this is awesome, a
Yeah.
one-night stand doesn't have to be pre-approved, so to speak, but you will share that it happened after, versus if it becomes a 2-3 night potential stand, let your partner know
Yeah.
before the second time. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, neither one of us has ever done that. So it could happen that we did that.
Right.
Like I went home with someone and I told him the next day and he's like, oh God, I had all kinds of feelings I didn't know. I do need to know in the future
Right.
beforehand,
Sure,
or vice
sure.
versa, and then we would change
Right.
the rule. Because it
I like
hasn't
that.
happened yet, we can say that's our current boundary, but it's not something we've really explored.
Okay, what about threesomes? How have you done them? How do you feel about them?
We've had a fair amount of group sex,
Okay.
But-
By group sex, what do you mean?
like other couples
Okay,
swinging,
okay.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
multiple other couples.
multiple
Absolutely.
other couples,
Yeah.
few
Orgies?
Yeah.
Orgies.
Adult
Yeah.
threesomes, foursomes, moresomes.
Yeah.
And when we're getting the moresomes, we're looking at,
exactly.
Somebody asked me, well, what's the definition of a gangbang? Well, I don't know, 5 guys and 1 woman? I don't know. If there's 3 guys and 1 woman, call it what you want. You don't need a definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good time. I don't know.
Yeah, what's the definition? Good time for her, I hope. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we used to more often go to more swinger clubs, sex parties, house parties,
Yeah.
than more often when we started dating than we do now. And it's not that we went to one recently, so I can't say that we don't at all anymore. Yeah, we found a new club that we really like.
Which one? You can say. Joy?
King
Kinky
Salon.
Salon.
Kinky
Salon.
Salon. Where's
I've
it?
never heard of it.
They've only been in LA for a couple of years now, and our friends were
Okay.
going to that, and they're like, "You gotta come." And
It's a storefront location, it's not a house?
yeah, it is a fixed location
Wow.
storefront, but
But
they only do
they do-
every 2 months or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like Joy where it's like, yeah, we got 2-3 events a week.
Awesome,
It's
okay.
a like once every other month kind of, and they theme it, and you have to dress in theme.
Wow.
Okay.
And they have a whole performance thing with it. It's really kind of our
Yeah,
kind
they
of
do like burlesque performances.
Oh, I love it.
It's
yeah,
a
it's a
really
lot more
artsy
us
crowd.
because it's much more artsy. Everyone's kind of like nerdy. It's not the lifestyle crowd where we're like, we're in theater, and they're like, how do you memorize all those lines?
Yeah, it's not the
People we have
club
stuff
crowd.
in
where-
common with.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah, we
there's
don't
a
have to
lot of-
dance.
All right, so
This is different vibes, and this is the one that was most our vibe.
Yeah.
one of the things we get asked often, and we talk about a lot, is safe sex. In your polyamorous relationships, how do you make sure that STDs, STIs, and that one that shows up 9 months later, pregnancy, doesn't occur? That's not a disease, I'm saying
Right.
it shows up 9 months later.
We will have sex with each other without condoms. Everyone else uses condoms.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, not good. Good in our opinion, because that's how we are too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't. Well, you don't trust me? You can be fine. The only thing we want to take home is a memory.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Nothing else. And we get tested every 2 months just because, even though
Yeah.
always safe sex.
Mm-hmm.
And we may go 2 months without having sex with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never hurts to check.
Yeah.
It never hurts. I think the kindest thing you can do for a community when you are in an open relationship and sharing your partner sexually and yourself is get checked.
Okay.
I do think that's the
Yeah.
kindest thing. All right, so let's not look at polyamorous or swinger specific. I want to broach a topic with the 3 of you that I've been reading about, and I don't get it. But I want to hear how you can see this working, whether you're just hooking up with one partner or multiple people, or it's part of your polycule. And Pockets, for you and I in the lifestyle world, the swinger world, right? Have you guys heard of a smart condom?
No.
All right, smart condom.
Is there an app for that? Sounds
Isn't
like-
it just a condom?
Actually, no and yes to you.
Oh no. Okay.
So yes, there's an app, but wait.
Oh,
And it's technically not a condom. What it does, it tracks your sex life. It's a ring you would put on any condom at the end, so towards
Put it
the
on
base.
first.
No, you put the condom on first, and then you put it. So then it goes over the condom, from what I understand. So it's not. It's a ring that fits at the base of a regular condom. It's reusable and washable.
Oh my god.
Ready for this? It tracks the number of thrusts,
Oh jeez.
calories burned,
Oh, nice.
That's good. That's good.
and your stamina, the length you went, and it'll tell you, you ready? I'm not kidding, you can program it, how many different positions based on how long you're out
What?
and move around. I'm not kidding. That's what they say it does.
Good job, iPhone.
Lastly, yeah, exactly. Lastly, it's got a built-in sensor that will supposedly detect and alert you that somebody has an STI.
What?
Yeah, I don't buy it either, but I'm just telling you.
Impossible.
Yep.
Yeah, everything else just seemed like, oh, that's fun, but why is that useful?
Right.
This.
Well, okay, man to man. I'm not saying you are or I mean, I'm not insecure, but I'll once in a while question my performance. Not with another woman, because I'm not there to. I mean, I want her to have fun, but I'm not going to be like, dude, or honey, was that. Why am I talking like that?
I don't know.
Was I good? No, because that's for her partner, right? And if it's a single woman, I hope she had fun, but if she didn't, then let me know. I do care with her. But how insecure, Brian, would a guy have to be to use one of them? And then how much more insecurity will they get when they look at the results?
I mean, I understand. I mean, athletes want to know their stats, I guess. So.
True,
But
I'm
for
not,
me, that would just be more like, oh, that's good to know. I mean,
right, yeah.
You can
You're asking for trouble if you're just like trying to track yourself. You're gonna make you're not gonna make yourself feel great unless you're like constantly improving.
I see all, like a Delph friend finder, because Tinder probably won't do this. They're not going to have a place to put your
Stats?
smart condom stats.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have X thrusts per minute. I don't know. My stamina. No, I can prove my stamina.
That would be funny to like once you meet someone, be like, here's my stats. Just take a look at them, see what you think. Maybe we can go.
Here's
back
my
later.
recent tests and my stats.
Right.
But other than STDs, none of that makes any difference to me. I've had great sex that lasts a minute, and terrible sex that has just lasted like hours, and I'm just like checking my watch, hoping it'll be over soon. Like you just never know.
I heard about that one recently.
Brian, what were you gonna say?
I don't even remember. Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that I feel like now they would need to add like a part of their search engine. Ladies can say, well, I only want a guy who can
Good point.
do at least this minimum number of thrusts. Or
Oh, I
something.
think somebody's gonna move that way with it. I really think.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, what about you guys? Would that ruin the mood, though? I mean, a guy stopped. Hey, had to put on this ring so I can track my performance sexually. Hold on, had to put.
I don't think he was be a very narcissistic or
insecure
person to put that on, and I probably wouldn't have sex with him.
You're already having sex, so you wouldn't go back for seconds.
If he's putting it on, I'm probably not gonna have sex with him.
She's not kidding. We have gotten up and walked away before. When people have violated our rules or done something that's just fishy. Because we're not. I mean.
Oh, don't say fishy when you're having
sex.
sex.
If it smells fishy, we don't go there. I always say two things should never smell like fish: a sushi restaurant and a vagina. Those two things should never smell like fish, in my opinion. I look at it, a condom's great. You're putting that on. If it can also be used as a cock ring, yay! It has another benefit.
Yeah.
It's great.
If it vibrated,
If
maybe
nothing else, you can fake them out. Then you don't have that whole
Right.
I'm putting this on to
Then you
track
don't
my
have
stats.
that awkwardness.
I would be kind of curious though. Like if someone was putting that on, I'd be like,
Right.
okay, but you have to share.
Sure,
what
the
you find out
details.
with me.
Yeah,
Because I would love to like have sex and then be like, that was okay. So that's what 60 thrusts a minute feels like. Like now I know
Good point.
something.
Like a jackhammer,
Yeah.
Well, adult content makes men think that women want a jackhammer, but as women, we often hear, no, I like it more soft. Sometimes harder and faster, sometimes softer. Ladies?
Just depends on your mood.
Yeah.
Aviva?
Yeah, I think it's more important to like go with the vibe
Right.
And the person.
read the room. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, read the room.
Yeah.
As an actress would say, read the room.
Yeah, you don't want to just be like, sex should always be like this.
Yeah.
Like that's how you have bad sex.
All right, we're talking about opening up, joined by Brian and Aviva.
Yay!
Beautiful polyamorous.
Finally.
Look who's talking.
Uh,
I am getting tongue-tied today. Beautiful polyamorous couple sharing with us as a swinger couple. You know, we're all talking about being sex positive, being open-minded, and sharing life. And I believe all four of us agree the one thing that couples that don't want to, you don't necessarily have to share your partner with others, but you should always share yourself with your partner. And we all four agree that the one benefit that everyone should take out of our relationships and those of others like us is the open, honest communication. The willingness to explore fantasies together.
Definitely.
Even if they don't include other people, that's fine. Role play, fantasy fulfillment, just all that kind of stuff. Be kinky. Be willing to try things, experiment, stay young.
even my parents are like that.
They are. Devout Mormons.
Devout
And
Mormons.
her brother-in-law was fixing their computer, and in their web history search, everything was a sex shop.
Love it.
Awesome.
And he, in front of all of us, the family's like, Dad, do you know your whole browser history is sex toys? It's like, yes, I know. Your mom and I enjoy it. We're like, good for you guys. Stop there.
First we told
Stop there.
all the other siblings what was going on, and then we talked to them about it.
My father-in-law,
Good.
her dad has a prescription for Viagra. And my buddy owns a pharmacy, so he gets it wholesale with a prescription. That's what we give him as gift. Will be 25 Viagras. Well, yeah, because retail versus wholesale.
Oh, yeah.
Huge savings, and he loves it. We've also, as Mormons, they don't necessarily want to talk about what we do
Of course
and the topic of our show, but we'll be sex toys sometimes to try out, and if we talk about them, great, we're not obligated to. So they know Pockets doesn't like certain types, and they'll say, oh, so if you got that new da-da-da made by da-da-da, and you don't use it, feel free to send it to me. Yeah, Dr. Dildo, we love Dr. Dildo, the glass dildos.
Yeah.
He gave us some one time, a number of them, and we can only use one, really. I think we kept two of all of them. And your baby sister has one, she asked for it. I think your mom, you give your mom one.
Yeah.
We don't need details, we want none of that. But why not give it to people who would use it?
Yeah.
You know? And not going to sue us if anything happens.
Right. I've seen those though. Those make good, just little conversation pieces.
They do.
They're artsy.
He's
Got
got,
little lampshades.
remember he's got the pistols, and he's got them in all different
Yes.
shapes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, I want to move to another subject here. We are talking about being open. We are talking about the struggles that alternative sexual lifestyles have gone through still. Even LGBTQ goes through things still, even though it's protected. Does Disney deserve credit, you guys? I don't know if you know about this. Or are they late to the game? They have finally had their first openly gay character in a movie.
Who?
Le Pew. Gaston's best friend or Gaston's sidekick is openly gay. I applaud it, but I don't believe they deserve that much credit because I feel it's too long. They could have done this sooner.
Yeah, I mean, it's both. You know, you don't
Right.
want them to feel like there was a big mistake for them to do.
Right.
But yeah, it's finally,
I'm glad they did
good
it.
job. But yeah,
Yeah, but it's not. You know,
If they made a big deal about it, then I'd be like, what's your agenda behind it?
look at media. You guys are in the industry.
Yeah.
Look at media. Disney may not be making the big deal, but they're having people make a big deal about it on their behalf.
Right.
Of course.
I'm glad.
But they're paying those people.
Listen, a lot of people believe that Frozen Elsa,
Yeah.
is that the character's name?
Yeah.
The story arc is going to be that she's lesbian.
Sweet,
The
she's
way,
hot.
if you
She's
look,
lesbian.
if you look at, I was reading about this in a few articles recently. I'm glad that they did this, but again, I don't feel they deserve a pat on the back because it's been going on. And I go back almost 6 years now. I feel the man that's responsible for a lot of this is Chris Colfer. Do you guys remember who Chris Colfer is? Glee.
Glee.
Oh,
The openly gay gentleman on Glee.
Yes.
He's a friend of ours. He's a very close friend of one of my close friends. And Chris, Disney, I forgot how much money they gave him to write these books and to put together movies and shorts and all that. So I know Disney's they've been on board with it, but to finally do this, good for them, but I'm not going to pat you on the back because I feel it should have been done sooner. That's all I'm saying.
that's right. That's right.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I also understand that for them it is a risk.
Risk
because
averse.
there's-
They're
yeah.
risk averse.
It is
Yeah.
Disney
Disney.
is so risk averse.
Yes.
They want to please all of Middle America.
Yep.
It's always been like that.
There's-
And so it is a step for them. I'm
Absolutely.
happy that there is progress. Progress doesn't
Absolutely.
mean that we've gone far enough.
I agree. I look at, there's a very, very, very well-known toy company. No, not sex toy, but children's toy company that also makes not adult games per se, but very close to Cards Against Humanity type games, but they don't label it with their brand. Because they don't want to, they're risk averse.
Right.
They have an off-brand name they use for those games so that it's not associated with them.
But think about all their affiliates too. We were going to be on the View, and it's owned by ABC, which is owned by Disney.
Yeah.
And they said no.
Higher ups,
Yeah.
somebody at a C level, a chief level, canceled us being on the View because of the concern, being
Yeah.
risk averse.
Well,
That was fine.
And similarly, Disney has several other movies.
Yes.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Disney owns
Companies.
everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But this is,
Oh, yeah.
but this is, I guess the big thing with this one is that
It's
everybody
Disney.
knows it's Disney.
Right.
Marvel's, we all understand. Not everyone, most people I think know that's owned by Disney.
Even though Mickey Mouse was a little questionable. That dancing,
All right, before we close out the show, you guys have been amazing, and we're gonna have to do many more segments with you guys.
I'd love to.
Let's see how kinky you guys are.
Uh-oh.
We'll call it quiz time, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
evaluate.
Just ask
you.
them.
This is my category.
There you go. The three of you. There's going to be yes or no questions. Okay. We'll start first with you, Pockets. We'll go to you, Brian. We'll go to you, Aviva, and then we'll go the opposite, boy back. I just like saying your name. Have you ever used handcuffs during sex?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Have you used a blindfold during sex?
Yes.
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 Have you ever used or used on someone else a dildo during sex?
No.
Yes, you have.
Yes, I
Oh my
have.
God. I know your answer.
Yes. yes.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, we all know where this is going. Have you ever used a vibrator during sex?
Yes. Oh, it's her turn.
Sorry, don't worry.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. We'll get a little more kinky here, maybe.
I think those are the easy ones.
Aviva, have you ever used nipple clamps,
Yes.
butt plug?
Yes.
Nipple clamps, butt plug on somebody or yourself?
Yes. Yes.
On somebody or yourself?
On somebody.
Not that I can recall.
We tried nipple clamps once, you didn't like them. Butt
Yes.
plugs, you don't like.
No,
Okay.
I hate those.
We lost our nipple clamps, didn't we?
We'll get to
We
some.
took them on
You
tour.
lost our nipple
I didn't. I did not. If we lost something, it's probably
On the butt plug topic, you two that answered yes.
Yes.
Have you ever used a butt plug on somebody or on yourself that also had a tail attached to it?
No.
No.
I have. So
I feel bad about
I've
that one.
used all of these on somebody, not on myself. Okay, here we go. We're another one. Have you ever, because Pockets, I know your answer is no to this. Have you ever had two women use this, or have you used a double-ended dildo?
No.
Have you ever had two women use it?
No.
I have. You didn't. You're not into that, I know.
No.
Maybe scissoring. I mean, you and your women like to scissor and maybe toys and stuff, but yeah, okay. I thought I had some juicier ones. Hold on. Crap. These looked good when I wrote them down. Have you ever worn a bondage hood during sex or had sex with someone who was wearing one?
No.
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 No, I have. Okay. Have you ever had sex in somebody else's bed and they didn't know it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it. So far, you're all really kinky, and I love it. I love it. I love it.
Do we pass the
Have
test?
you ever used ice cubes during sex?
Yes.
Oh yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we have.
I hate it on me though.
Oh,
Really?
you're cold.
No,
Yeah.
I like heat. Like
Oh.
a sexy massage candle.
Okay.
But I don't like being cold, so it's just torturous.
That's fine because
But I do it to
my other girlfriend loves it.
The ice cube?
We went up into the snow in like Angela's Crest.
Oh, wow.
And literally just like pat snow. I was like, just dip your hands in the snow and just
Play
she
with
dug
the
it.
vagina.
Yeah.
And as you heard earlier, Brian and Aviva are in a polyamorous relationship. Aviva's got a boyfriend that she cares about. Brian's got a girlfriend that's very serious that he cares about, and two they're girlfriends, but they're they're casual.
They're casual.
More of a polysexual with those two, but polyamorous with that one.
Yes.
You're married, you're your dyad, and you're polyamorous with the gentleman on your side. Just to recap that. All right. Have you ever taken video of yourself masturbating?
Yes.
Have you ever sent it to somebody?
Yes.
Ah, wow. No. A picture. No.
Picture, but not video?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. All right, you guys are fucking kinky. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I really love it. Any questions you guys have for us as swingers or just in general? I mean, please feel free. We have a few minutes left.
Oh man.
Oh, I put you on the spot. Don't worry.
No. I want to know what. Can you get specific, like what clubs you guys have been to or supported
There's some-
locally, or what?
Yeah, you know-
parties you guys or.
Locally, it's tough because Club Joy is wonderful. Freedom Acres is wonderful. Joy is more downtown LA.
Yeah,
Being,
a little out.
being inland, broadcasting worldwide, there are some incredible libertines in France. There are some amazing clubs in Barcelona and Madrid. Rome has some phenomenal things. Venice has some underground things. You look in Australia, there's a great place called Our Secret Spot.
Mm-hmm.
The lifestyle capital of North America is actually Toronto again for a second year in a row.
I was there
She
and
was
I
there.
didn't do
There
anything.
was
We
what was
believe-
that place? Do you remember that place?
The X Club, we believe, is, you experience
Phenomenal.
it. It's one of the classiest and highest end lifestyle environments for poly, swinger, open-minded, threesomes, whatever, or people just want to come out and have fun. The X Club is thexclub.com, amazing. In Dallas, they have one in Houston and New Orleans. Colette is amazing. You got
Just in
Trapeze.
Dallas.
Yeah, they're worldwide. You know, you look here in LA, and then we look worldwide, and sometimes it's Freedom Acres is fun. It's far away, like you said. Joy is fun, but it's it's not this, it's not that, and we find things, and God, I wish they would do that. And then you have house parties.
Yes.
We believe go on a lot of the websites, and if you go to hollyandmichael.com and you look at the recommendations, the only things we put there are places, events, or businesses we've worked with.
Yeah.
Not got paid to have them there, but we've
Right,
attended their parties.
Right.
Because I'm not going to recommend something to you, Brian, that I haven't seen.
Good.
So if you go on the websites we have there, their events pages are free, and you can see what's going on in your area. And
Yeah.
Facebook is good too, because you have a lot of private groups on Facebook.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You guys, Brian and Aviva, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Any social media you want to put out there? No, we'll just leave it at that.
Not yet. We actually have a plan for one. If you have us back, we will probably have one to plug next time.
Absolutely, we'll have you back.
Yeah.
At SwingTime69 on Twitter for us, Michael Pockets on Facebook,
HollyandMichael.com.
and
Real Holly Pockets on Instagram.
love it, incredible. Thank you again to this morning was the UK, right? Or is that the morning?
This morning.
This morning, yeah.
This morning.
So thank you, The Morning Show in Australia, for having us on yesterday, which was today, but yesterday to you. Incredible
Time
event.
travel.
Time, whatever. Playboy Radio's Holly and Michael. This is Modern Love, powered by Dash Radio. Go download the app, iOS or Android devices. Free to download, free to listen, and always commercial free. Are you ready, baby?
Yep.
Swing, swing. We love you, family.
Awesome.
Don't it?
Do you want to let everyone say bye?
Yeah. All right. Peace out. Peace
Did you not get a message?
Peace out. This is Brian. This is the Viva. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Of
Seriously.
course.
Peace out.